Moving on to the bad OCs, we're going to go back in the exact same order we presented in, starting off with Commander. So, Commander, tell us all about the bad OC you brought today.
So, the bad OC I brought is a Scarlet Firebrand. They're a bat pony, at least mostly, I think. I think it does, they don't seem to say that they're anything more than a bat pony, but they definitely look more, but I'll get to that later. They're... I don't like this because they say they're 4 years and then pony, so I'm assuming that's 4 like horse years, which I don't know or how I don't remember how that translates. So that I don't, but whatever. They're from Nebraska, which horse puns. They're like a proud, sarcastic, hot-headed kind of characters, a bit solemn at times. They really like the autumn time, like dusk and night and stuff like that. Then fruit and nature. Dislikes are her height, which I should mention that Scarlet is a female. And dislikes are her height, being called short, the hot weather, and overly hyper ponies.
You should probably also mention that she's like 2/3 the average height of everyone else.
Yeah, she is short. No offense to the pony. I hope that she doesn't like hit me or something.
Oh God.
But anyways, so Scarlet was like born into a family of bat ponies in Nebraska that were like a little on the poor side, but were like mostly were making it by, and she kind of occupied herself with, like, friends and her friends because of that fact, and they were a lot of times up to no good, so that sort of is what spawned her probably being just, like, a bit of a hothead, because I noticed that happens with a lot of people like that. They would just go, like, exploring, just, like mess around, being, like, kids, like, start rock slides, usual stuff.
Normal things that people do.
Normal friend things. And then, one of her friends apparently suggested that they, heard a rumor about going through the town that, about this cave that was filled with treasure from an ancient race of ponies that was once inhabited the forest. And, Scarlet doesn't really believe in rumors and is kind of skeptical and is like, yeah, it's bullshit. But, nobody would leave that in a fucking cave. And, apparently because of that, she got called out for being a scaredy pony, and her pride got the best of her, so she wanted to prove them wrong and be like, motherfuckers, I am not scared. And, then, when she was, at that point, since she was just going to go anyway, she was like, maybe there actually is something in there which would help solve her, family's money problems. And during that, she had to, cross a mountain. One of her friends, that suggested the idea, claimed that, it would be, like, right at the end of that. And then, as they were nearing that, one of her friends, almost tripped and, fell down the side of this cliff face. And then, But she was able to regain her balance before actually, falling to her demise. And then they continued a little bit longer, and there's some rocks started falling and rumbling and tumbling as they do on mountains. And after that started happening, started to run because you don't want to get stuck in a rock slide on a mountainside. It's not very fun. And right at the end of that, or right when they were in sight, her wings actually got caught on a protruding branch that was sort of left over there, and she was abruptly stopped and fell on her ass, and got up, but her wing was stuck, and then a couple of her friends came running back. That doesn't sound like all of them. Kind of. I guess that's what happens when you got friends like that. And she used that to she used her other wing to try and block off things, and then she was eventually freed, got out of there, and just totally forgot about the cave. Was like, yeah, fuck this, I'm going home. And when she arrived home, her parents were worried sick and rushed to her side. Before she could explain, they saw that her wing had a bunch of tears and stuff like that. kind of freaked out. She was prompted to then explain what the hell she was doing, and she sort of was like, held her head down low, just being like, yeah, this is what I was doing. My friends are jerks. Got grounded, but she's like, yeah, it's probably for the best. And after what happened last time, she wasn't sure she could trust her friends and stuff like that, and she learned a valuable lesson about peer pressure and stuff. And she then's always reminded of that moment, and I think that it like because of that, it's sort of actually kind of fucked up her wings, and has sort of just had to accept this. So yeah, that's the backstory of her. She currently is a blank, which is why there's no Cutie Mark story. But yeah, thoughts on things with the character and stuff. Whatever you got.
Too bad all her friends died.
Oh god. I just imagine.
It didn't say they left.
Wait, no. It says it says that her and the others hightailed it out of there. But
I don't think you said that.
I kind of was trying to I was trying to like skip over as many things while getting things, but I missed that.
Jerk.
Sorry.
Did she ever actually make it to the cave?
No, she totally forgot about it. It was like, fuck this. Which,
then what was the fucking point?
Yeah, kind of disappointing. That is the point.
What this story? It felt like Dragon. What was Flutter Dragon? What was the episode where
Hurricane Dragon?
No, what was the episode where they had to go?
Fluttershy, all of her episodes.
Where they have to go up the episode. Oh my god, there's a rock slide. Oh god, we have to keep ourselves from falling off the cliff. It's like there's a lot of cliches and like tropes in that story.
Yeah.
And that would have been okay if it paid off with them actually making to it. But halfway there, they're like, "Oh god, this is a bad idea. Let's go home."
Why would that have made it better?
I don't know. Like the idea that hey, we went through all this shit, so now we're actually getting the thing we came here for, and to prove
the idea that a giant dangerous mission with peer pressure just out of freaking personal gain, like hey, dude, let's do this thing, is a good, rewarding idea. I kind of like it better that they didn't make it.
What I think they should have done is they should have got there, and there was just nothing. It's like okay, now we did all this for nothing, and then she could hold that over their heads more.
I'd rather the running away.
Even though she's a female bat pony, looks like a male wolf bat pony.
I don't see the male, but okay.
The only place I can see the male is the farthest right image.
So none of the other ones. So 1 out of 4.
Well, it's not blatant in the other 3, but the 4th one, yeah, it's kind of dude. Her
face just in general looks pretty feminine in the other ones.
Yeah, in the other ones I can.
So that's a 3 against 1. I'm gonna give you a not acceptable on that one, Commander.
Also, her wolf style is explained at the bottom. And that's what I was
gonna bring up, is the fact that she just this artist just sort of has a style like that. They mostly draw sort of wolf kind of characters, so that's sort of just carried over to this. The biggest problem I probably have with this OC's aesthetics is the color palette.
It's just not very appealing.
Yeah. It honestly, the colors look like the same colors that are in my room at my actual house, which are awful colors, and I hate them. And that caused me to dislike this more, because they're so contrasting and just I can't think of a good way to express why I don't like them other than the fact that they remind me of my room.
Maybe because they're super saturated?
They just don't work that well.
And they're super, like, intense and in your face and not at all look like the colors that would be on a pony. And this pony doesn't look like a pony, and
I mean, they're not
these-
really that intense. They're not really that saturated. They're kind of saturated, like a little more than pastel, but they're not really
Yeah,
saturated.
like the red. The red by
So
itself
if you
isn't too
calm
bad.
down a little bit, man.
Not an awful like pony or anything like that, but there's definitely some tweaks that could be made in terms of like aesthetics, specifically pertaining to colors, and then just maybe a little bit added or done to the backstory. Just I don't know, maybe give her a talent too, and have a story for that, because that also always fleshes out a character. But that's just different things you can do. It's not the worst, not the best. It's a pony.
Cool. Well then, we are going to move on to Manny Bobo.
This is Skylar.
Skyler.
Skylar.
Skiller.
They do many of the tragic sins of making an OC. One, you relate yourself to one of the main characters, like he is the cousin of a Rainbow Dash.
Of a Rainbow Dash.
A Rainbow Dash.
One of
Just
five.
the one we all know and love. There's
One of
other
five.
ones.
That probably is. I mean, like, you can only come up with so many names.
Yeah, that directly relate to their talent.
And every time he flies, he has pixels coming out of his wings.
No.
Just like Rainbow Dash, but with pixels.
They're not every time Rainbow Dash flies, but
Now, this is the one thing I actually did like about him, is that those blue spots on his wing are actually just like painted spots. I don't know why he does it, but they are blue paint. They're the paint blobs on his wings.
does he not take baths?
I'm assuming he applies it every time he wants to go out for a fly. But it just turns to blobs. So yes, first off, he needs some work, story-wise.
Mm-hmm. He just needs a story.
No, I was gonna say he needs a story.
Well, no, he has a story. He's Rainbow Dash's cousin.
That's not a story.
That's not a story.
Medi, stop.
that's a-
That's not a story.
that's a fact.
That's not a story, Medi.
Yeah, he needs a story. Like just something besides the little factoids you give us. Unless you want to make him just an icon, then that's fine. But I wouldn't submit just an icon to the show.
Yeah, like I wouldn't
To
your
submit my
OC
pony to the show.
Yeah.
Besides that, I think it's okay to move on to aesthetics, unless you guys have something else you want to say about his amazing story.
I mean, blue pixels. Why?
Blue Pixels, because he's a gamer.
No,
I get the... hold on. I get the fact of having, like, the weird contrail or whatever behind a pony, because Pegasus, or at least skilled Pegasus, are able to do that.
Pegasi.
So if... Pegasi, whatever. So if he is also a Pegasus who is able to cause a weird contrail thing behind him, maybe having his contrail more in, like, a weird voxel style is a thing for him. I can see how that works, but if he's just always fucking pixels, bro, just slowly falling down like glitter or some shit like that, I'd be like, no.
Also,
Go away.
pro tip: we've seen many pixel type things, but pixels don't really like actually work in the show at all in the slightest, and like really don't have yourself like involved with pixels at all in the slightest, unless it's very major part of who you are. It just doesn't make sense at all, and it makes you
I mean,
look.
Touchpad used to have pixels in his cutie mark.
Then you got rid of that shit.
And it hurts me because I love pixels so much, and even I don't have pixels anywhere on my pony. Changeling.
Do we want to move on to aesthetics?
Yes, please, let's do that.
Okay, moving on to aesthetics. I like him.
It's not bad.
It's not that bad.
It's okay.
Colors are good.
Now, moving on to aesthetics,
No.
it's not actually that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I like the accessories he has, but the cutie mark is a little much in my opinion.
Yeah, cutie mark.
Yeah, having a freaking controller and a headset, cutie mark is so overdone.
Especially if you're only going to have the headset as your aesthetics.
Well, he's got also a hat.
No. Like even those two things alone, a controller or gaming of some kind is just like, mainly the controller's overdone, and headset also incredibly overdone. Both of them, please.
A new concoction of overdone. Also, the I'm not sure how I feel about the beanie.
About the what?
It's okay.
It's not too bad.
It's a thing people wear.
I think that
It is a thing.
a little dark, but that's just nitpicking.
No, I think the colors. I think this guy has his style down.
Yeah. I can agree.
I feel like I like if you take away. I mean,
If you take away the things that I don't like, I really like this pony.
If you just strip his headset from him and you gave him a better talent and you made him not related to a main character, I feel like he would be a much better character.
You got rid of the pixels. Stop that.
I really like the eye color. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me.
The color scheme here is fine. I don't want to change anything there.
Yeah. Just as a sort of talking about the whole gaming cutie mark, like, I can like for instance, artist cutie marks are really overdone, but at least they make sense. Unless you're like a major gamer who actually does things in MLG or something, like you design video games. I don't like the gaming cutie marks. They just don't make sense to me, because it's like, that's not your talent.
That's the whole liking things that aren't your destiny.
That's like saying that Twilight's special talent is
perfectly
books.
Human. Ugh.
Wait, what you're telling me is that my mad skills in this video game isn't my special talent and the thing I'm only good at? Besides the obvious of fixing up your character a little bit, like giving him more of a story or giving him specify a different talent, maybe. I guess if you want to keep the headphones in, that's... I don't know how I feel about the headphones. I would feel like they should go because I'm more of a show accurate type of person, I guess. But everything else I like. Besides the beanie as well. But that's just me.
Nice. Well then, let's move on from the wonderful OC that Maddie just brought on to Smooth's next OC. So Smooth, tell us all about your OC that we're going to talk about next.
This is Sock Hop. She is a pin-up model. Does a bit of modeling. She's actually designed more of a 1950s American style. So if you ever see this pony in anything after 1980s apparel, it's probably not accurate to the person's design. The socks she wears were actually found in a dumpster, and she never takes them off. She just really likes them, I suppose. Dumpster diving is actually a kind of hobby of hers, because she, backstory, started out she started out not good at all. In the backstory it says specifically rags to riches cliche story, kind of thing. She worked really hard and learned how to dance and stuff, and eventually became more well-known and just kept on growing and growing in that, and now is a pinup model and works and has her own dance, or she works also as a dance instructor. And in her instructing, that sounds a lot like it's not correct, but when she is instructing dance, she is incredibly strict to those who are learning under her. Other than that, she is happy and loves to cheer others up with her charm. She's graceful, which makes sense with model-type career. Confident also makes sense with model-type career. And ladylike, once again, on that path. But she isn't afraid of getting dirty, once again, because of that backstory. And her special talent is dancing. She's kind of like she has a natural talent for dancing, especially because she just is good at picking up new styles and stuff like that. She's good at learning, she's good at teaching, dance.
I really like the fact that this is technically, quote-unquote, a period pony. Like, being set in a mindset of,
historical era.
Yes. It's not like, oh, it's modern pony. No, it's like this other thing. Back over here. During this time. Over here.
Pony equivalent to what time periods and stuff?
And I don't remember the 1950s very well, but I assume this looks right to what my mind stereotypes it. And I like that. I appreciate that a lot.
At first I was like, ugh, what are those socks? But then you wrote it off as what you said about being dumpster diver and whatnot. And I was like, all right.
She likes them. She likes them.
Well,
She
she
claims
likes
these
them.
as hers. She found them fair and square in that dumpster.
Sure thing.
I feel like it would make being a pinup model a little bit harder, though.
Yeah.
Wearing ratty-ass socks.
Unless she gets like super big and then that's her thing. Because when you are a model and you have that one thing that's yours, anyone else who does anything similar is lesser.
Good job. 10 out of 10.
Now, so far I've been okay with like everything, but you see that horn-like thing that she has?
Yeah, what is that, Smooth?
That's hers. She's not an earth pony. She is a hornless unicorn because she didn't use magic enough and it fell off.
Swear to God.
Yeah, I had kind of like looked over at the thing that has all the facts, and I saw that, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I really, really like this pony, but that one bit, and I'm just like...
Because I was sitting there like, this pony sounds like a really good pony. I wonder what made Smooth choose it for bad.
I don't think I've ever seen one single thing about a pony that's just hit me so hard that I just
Can't do
why?
it.
I just don't know.
Yeah, for me, it just seems pointless. That's the biggest problem I have. Is there's nothing that comes from it. It just is. It doesn't do anything.
It seems like something that's so incredibly out of universe that it just wouldn't make sense at all in the slightest, and it's not explained at all. There's no, like... Oh, also she smokes. I forgot to say that earlier,
Ooh.
but...
That's
I
the
mean,
50s.
it's bad for your health, but
It's
you know.
the 50s. Nobody
I mean,
cared.
it's your choice, but it's bad for your health. Aesthetically now. I mean, Mummified and I kind of said it earlier, but...
Oh my god.
Such a good vibe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It works.
For sure.
I like it a lot. Freaking... I know we probably see a lot of pink and cream color palette OCs, but... I like it. I like it. I mean, I'd definitely rather see the show-accurate outline and stuff, because that's how I work, but okay, the black outlines work. And I can appreciate that. And I really like the accessories, obviously the socks, we've said about the socks, but also the bows, and, wait, the bow and the, what the hell is that thing called? A
Headband?
headband, that, okay, wow, yes, a headband, that is what that is called.
Yes, it is.
I like them. Also,
Yeah,
I like
I
the
do.
design of her mane. It,
Yes.
once again, seems very 50s.
At least we think.
Probably. Her eye color seems a bit... Maybe this is just the wrong picture to have posted with this one, but it seems not very... It just seems odd in comparison, I suppose. It's a perfectly human eye color, obviously. The only other thing I can really say for aesthetics, I suppose, is the cutie mark seems a little too much detail on the record, but...
I was thinking that too, and what exactly is the tie-in for the cutie mark?
that she's dance stuff, so I can understand why a record would be used. Because you dance to music, and music is back then played on records, I think.
And nowadays,
I remember.
again,
Yeah.
coming back, baby.
What is once old has become new.
I guess. But yeah, I can also understand why the notes are there, but maybe have the left one be a quarter note instead of an eighth note, because the flag, or the flag on it looks really odd. It looks
like it's almost trying to be like a 16th note, but it's just like things are just too. It's like the lines are too big because it's just a really thick like thing. I don't know.
It's difficult, and maybe get rid of the shines completely, but have all of the rings and stuff that are already there stay there. Hopefully that'll get it across. I don't know, people can be pretty smart sometimes, so maybe that'll actually work. Overall, I really like this pony. Obviously, main gripe is why hornless unicorn, but just please explain that to us or something. Like if you could just send me a note or something, please, to explain, or send us or me to just. I want to know, please, and thank you. But otherwise, I like her.
Yeah.
A lot, and she's cute and 50s.
Cool. Well then, we're gonna move right on ahead to Medi Bobo. No, wait, no, it's me. It's my turn. Myself.
Yeah, Medi Bobo.
To Medi Bobo.
Medibob. Medibob.
Beep.
The pony I brought in today is Toxic Flight. Toxic Flight. They have no gender. The cutie mark is a green droplet, meaning acid. Personality is mischievous and cowardly, but loyal to his friends. Interesting. Likes Fanta, pizza, lasagna, and pranks. Dislikes water, antagonists, and bullies. Favorite color is obviously green. Occupation, they don't.
Green.
They don't
Mocha
like.
Would not like you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Dislikes the color green. Yes.
Dislikes the color green. Dislikes favorite color. Occupation, they are not, but considers himself a protector of ponies. Original home is Elematron or space itself. Current home doesn't have one, just travels all the time. Age is 100,000 billion years old, or 100. What?
Or
It's just rewriting.
Million?
Yeah.
Or 10,000 times the
100
length of time of the
trillion?
universe.
Yeah, 100 trillion. 100 trillion years. Number of hearts is 2.
I think that the likes and dislikes are very trivial for somebody who is 100,000 billion years old.
Or, as most people would probably say it, 100 trillion.
No, but it just seems weird to be like, yeah, I like Fanta and pizza. Yeah, I feel like at that point in time, those things probably don't exist.
He was made in the Rainbow Factory. Not the Rainbow Factory you're thinking of, but in some weird other one that actually makes ponies. He was supposed to be made as an alicorn, but the machinery used to create him was not that powerful. He later changed drastically in appearance for some reason, from a light gray to black, from rainbow to green, and ponies thought that he had been corrupted by a kind of magic, or his creation had glitched and ruined his pelt. This whole backstory is becoming so weird, because it's there's a lot of stuff here that is going on and changing his actual backstory or how his appearance and whatnot, but nothing that explains why this is a thing. Why is there a machine that makes ponies? Why is there unless it's a pony generator?
You see, this is why you don't use a pony generator.
So does that mean we can't actually have the Soci on the show because it's a pony maker? But the backstory could use a briefer description of itself to make it easier for most viewers to come in and understand what's going on.
That's Toxic Flight. It was originally supposed to be this other thing, and then it got changed into another thing by being possessed by a spirit And I'm like, okay, I get it. I would like some more details. Like, this is a clear case of something that can be fixed with more details.
You're gonna
Like,
need a lot of
anytime-
details to explain some of these things.
Yes. And this could be a great story to read, but as it stands right now, it's really confusing because you're just info dumping a lot of things on here.
It feels like a half-baked OC idea.
It feels like you put so many ingredients into your fondue or freaking brownie mix or whatever the hell you're putting into the oven that it just can't cook because there's just not enough actual brownie and too much of it is different weird candy things you tried to put in.
Too much of a good thing only makes bad.
Yeah, that's why it's called too much.
The black, in terms of being a black, is not that bad. It's like a changeling black, so I'm okay with that. I still...
Changeling gray.
Yeah, it looked great. But in terms of show colors, it's like black for a coat.
Yeah.
But, so I don't have a problem with that. The biggest problem comes from the green, and it's just all over. It's not a bad green necessarily. Honestly,
it just doesn't go with the gray at all in the slightest.
Yeah, and it's just those two colors, and it's thrown all over the place. And then you have the like green up on the hooves, and I don't understand it. And
and going up the body.
There's just a lot of things that I just don't understand.
And the cutie mark is just a giant blob of the green.
Yeah.
Details are something that could be very helpful in this story. Explain why there's a machine up in outer space making ponies. Explain who this spirit of Toxic is. Why the machine doesn't have enough power and all these things. If there is something in here, in your story, explain what it is. Why it's there. Voting! So, going back over the good OCs that we brought onto this episode. I brought on Spectrum by Blue Assassin. Commander brought on Quartz by Spencer 2900. Medi brought on Silver Pearl by Zelta Zella. And Smooth brought on Mocha by Rosie Posey. So, going back in the same order that we presented it and not being able to vote for your same pony you brought on, Commander, who do you vote for this week for good OC?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to give it to Mocha because I mean, there's a lot of cool things that she did. I really liked Silver Pearl, but I think Mocha has got my vote for this week.
Medi?
I'm probably gonna give it to Mocha as well, though. I really did like Quartz.
Smooth?
I'm gonna give mine to Silver Pearl because something about her just seemed to work.
And I like Silver the most as well. So, that means we got a two-man death battle going on here, where we fight to the death with swords and knives.
Introducing a new mechanic, Smooth. We will no longer be playing rock, paper, scissors. We will now be playing data pad, double knife, rock.
What? No.
Okay.
God damn it. Fucking rock, paper, scissors.
We'll be doing data pad, double knife, rock. I just want to tell you, Smooth, rock beats both knife and data pad.
Okay.
And rock beats
I got
rock.
this. I got this. I'll win.
All right, are you ready,
Pencil.
Smooth?
Yes.
All right. Rock, data pad, double knife. What'd you get?
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
I
Are we
got rock.
actually doing this?
I got rock.
Okay. It looks
Okay,
like
there's
I win
something
because I
about-
chose rock.
I think there's something about these rulings. I think rock
Swear to
beats
God.
also rock. Okay, I
swear to
win.
So I won.
Can we,
I won because I called it first dibs. I win.
I win.
Can we?
Okay.
Can we please?
Data pad will beat rock this time. Are you ready, Smooth?
Yep.
Rock, double knife, data pad. What'd you get?
What'd you get?
I got data pad.
I got double knife.
Ah.
Hell yes!
Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
Fantastic.
Wait a minute.
I guess
Damn
Smooth
it.
wins?
You fucked yourself, Eddie.
Sure. Why not? Anyway, congratulations to Mocha and Rosie Posey for winning Good OC
Hell yes.
this week. Now,
Hell yes.
moving on to bad OCs, I brought in Toxic Flight by Spyro of an All Over. Commander brought in Scarlet Firebrand by Mantle Jackal. Medi brought in Skyler by Wisdom 30 and Skyler. And Smooth brought in Sock Hop by Dead Kitten 3. Commander, who do you vote for worst or least favorite OC this week?
Well, I think there's not really much of a question, just because it's like Smooth. It was pretty good, except for one thing. The OC Medi brought was like looked good, but iffy on like information, and then Toxic Flight was just. There's just so many things that can be said. I definitely Toxic Flight's got my vote for this week.
Medi?
Toxic Flight.
Smooth?
Toxic Flight.
And I would give mine to Scarlet Firebrand. So, I get to win Bad OC this week. Congratulations to Toxic Flight for taking that one. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, OCs that you would like us to review, feel free to go ahead and send them in. And Medi, tell them where they can send them in.
You can submit your OCs, fan art, and questions if you really want to at yourocsucks.deviantart.com, at yourocsucks at twitter.com, yourocsuckspodcast@gmail.com, and yourocsuckspodcast.tumblr.com.
This show is supported by the gracious people at patreon.com. If you want to support the show and get special benefits and things from supporting the show, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/yourocsucks to get all a bunch of different benefits and rewards for donating to the show. Link is in the description of this video. So, that's been this week's episode. Come on back next week for when we have a very special guest, knock on wood. Hopefully everything goes according to plan for that one. A very special musician guest that we're going to have next week. But in the meantime, I am Mollified Thunderbirds. I've been joined this week by
Commander Sparkle.
Medi Bobo.
And Smooth Sailing.
And remember, your OC sucks.